I'm fine? Okay. That's the Paragus docking bay. One other way to go right now. Crap, I'm on fire. Okay, hello, go? Christ almighty. May I attack? Okay, now you lose that. Might be your computer too. I don't know. All I know is I have not dropped any frames, so I know it's not on my end for once. Try to optimize your base. I think I should probably equip the little guy with like proper armor or something. Also, you've leveled up. Okay, cool. I'm going like with a lot of persuade this build. I'm gonna talk my way out of so many things. I like the idea of improved power attack. Ooh, regenerate force points. Oh, that looks fun. That looks fun too. I don't want regen force points. The game might give that to me automatically later, but you're gonna recommend Force Scream for some weird reason. I'm gonna take Valor. Just cause what's his face is like pretty squish. Ooh, I could use this actually. Ah, yeah, okay. Okay. I can actually see my force points going up. Okay. Might not have been a terrible investment. I also feel like that I'm getting like a definite feeling that the regen points are a newbie trap, but I'm gonna take them anyway. T3 just kind of spazzing out in the corner.
This door's magnetically sealed. I can't believe this. The ship's right out there, and we can't get to it.
The console.
Huh? What is that piece of junk saying?
Says that he can open the door to the hangar. He just needs access to the hangar terminal up on the platform.
How can you even understand that noise?
I served with a lot of utility droids in the past, many years ago.
Alright, well, if he can slice the door open from the terminal above, don't let me stop him.
It's probably one of those I should have let the droid do it. I think I literally just saved, though? Let me see, actually.
This... Huh? Okay.
See if there's like some kind of dialogue option here. Stupid stuff like this I'll save load for. Important stuff I won't. Find out what the graveyard is used for. Oh, what is it used for? Plonk down a crafting bench and make world gen only walls? Like what? Oh, cave dirt walls. Oh.
Time to take you down to size. Time to take you down to size. More where that came from.
There we go.
More where that came from.
God, these things are suddenly hurting a lot. Yo, Nove, how's it going? A lot happened. counts as player placed. Oh, so in theory you can make, like, cave wall homes. And you leveled up off of that, so... Sneak attack 4. Yeah, again, just not gonna argue with that. The exchange was really tiny.
Let's settle this. Let's settle this.
Can I attack, please? I'm sure that would help a lot if I could actually, like, not just stand there and take damage.
Wonder where that came from.
There we go. Try to upgrade the last two. Not gonna argue with that. Going underground this time, Dracolax. Going underground this time, Dracolax. Oh. So I don't see any droids down there, but my health is actually fine now for once. Yeah, Stun Droid just doesn't seem worth on these things. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting, Luca Goers here, but like... I'm gonna do something stupid. Impala, okay. Wanted to see if I could, like, bad end myself over there. 3 spikes versus 4 parts, yeah. Heat spikes? I don't have that, okay. Oh, well, better idea. Yeah, okay, only 4 spikes with you. Box. Mild Devronian Edge, huh? That sounds fun. Door! Ah, okay. Just gotta fight a few more droids and we'll be good to go. Oh, guess I don't have to fight you at all. Droid flamethrower. Oh, that seems fun. Hello.
More where that came from.
I was gonna shoot it, but yeah. Droid impact armor Mark 1. Did you drop remains? Doesn't look like. Aha! Fancy icon for the Ebonhawk too. Maybe there's treasure over here. Yep, sure is. Nice, nice. Nice. Can I get a nice in chat, please? Had to be intentional. That had to be intentional. Well, I think this is probably the best place to not play this game ever again. I don't see it getting any better from here. I'm also, like, mentally 12 on a good day. Yeah, he didn't drop anything. Okay. Mining facility for good. I don't see anything else I can do here. Don't know what we're shooting at, but okay, we're shooting. Oh. The heck? I will thank you for that sub in a second. My shots feel weightless, like they have no impact. Also really, really loud. Sorta, that's good. Set the board. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Attributes. You're gonna recommend strength naturally. Recommend treat injury. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself that too. I want 1 point of awareness. Okay. Oh, okay, we're doing this now. I think I accidentally skipped a cutscene. No, did I accidentally skip a cutscene? Because I was, like, ready to move about and stuff. Progress is weird. Okay. What happened, Kreia?
There is no time. We must leave.
If they hit us, we're dead. But if they keep missing us, we're dead. It's great odds. Somebody shut that trash compactor up.
Sorry, happiness is... Yeah, I kind of do too. Fire on the asteroids. Maybe the explosion will destroy them.
That'll take out the whole field, the colony, and maybe us. We might not even be able to jump to hyperspace in time.
Then we die here. Choose now.
There's gotta be another way. Keep evading them till we clear the field, then we'll try to jump to hyperspace.
Hold on. This is gonna get a little rocky. Well, now that we just killed a planet, maybe one of you can tell me what's going on. Because between assassin droids, a Sith Lord that looks like he sleeps with vibroblades, and being target practice for a Republic warship, I was better off in my cell.
The Republic warship was the Harbinger. It was seized on its way to Telos by the Sith. They sought you, Jedi.
Why are these Sith looking for me?
Because you are the last of the Jedi. Once you are dead, then they have won.
I'm not a Jedi, though. Like, not anymore.
Whatever lies you tell yourself are of no consequence. The Sith believe you to be a Jedi Knight, and that is all that matters.
Okay, but what happened to the Jedi?
The Jedi Civil War destroyed the Jedi. By the war's end, barely 100 Jedi remained. Many fell in battle, and many more were seduced by Revan's teachings.
What about the Jedi in Dantooine? And Coruscant?
The Jedi Academy on Dantooine is nothing more than a crater that echoes with the ghosts of dead Jedi. and the Jedi temple on Coruscant lies empty. The waters in the Room of 1,000 Fountains have fallen still, in reverence to the fallen Jedi and those now lost. Many Jedi blamed the teachings of the Jedi Masters for Revan's fall, and the civil war that followed.
Okay, if there are any survivors, though, we need to find them and warn them.
Perhaps, but they are Jedi no longer. If the Sith have not already slain them, then they will not help you, nor can you help them.
Before, you said the Harbinger was on its way to Telos.
Yes, to aid in the recovery effort there. Many roads lead to Telos, including ours.
Not like we have much of a choice, the Peragus astrogation charts being what they are.
It is where we must go, and where the Harbinger was bound before our unfortunate encounter on Peragus.
How did you know I was on board the Harbinger?
You were difficult to find, but coincidence was on our side. When I learned that you were on the vessel, I knew the Sith would not be far behind. When we intercepted the Harbinger, it was crippled, drifting in space. It was a simple matter to board the vessel and rescue you. Unknown to me, however, the Sith were already on board. Just as we made the jump to hyperspace, they fired upon us, nearly destroying the Ebon Hawk.
How come I don't remember any of this?
Whatever occurred on board the Harbinger had rendered you unconscious. Though your thoughts were faint, I was still able to find you, sealed in one of the cargo holds.
It's an unusual set of coincidences. How did we get to Peragus?
I do not know how the Ebon Hawk was able to make it to Be silent. We're having a conversation here.
T3 said it, not me. He says he repaired the ship and got us to Peragus.
Repaired this ship, my eye. Next thing you know, it's gonna claim credit for saving our skins. If that little
Wouldn't be wrong.
noisemaker says it repaired the ship once, then it can prove it by doing it again. Go on, get!
This all seems like an unusual set of coincidences.
True. But as one trained in the Force, you know that true coincidences are rare.
That was the point. We got away from the Sith once, now how do we stop them?
That is not an easy question to answer. This threat is greater than you know, and I do not believe it is a battle that can be fought.
Okay, so what do you suggest we do then?
Look, enough with the we already.
We cannot hope to triumph against them alone. To stop them, you will need weapons, allies, and a teacher. In the end, I fear it may not be enough.
And what are you getting at?
You fought in the Mandalorian Wars, and it cost you everything. Are you willing to sacrifice as much again?
This is self-defense, not war.
You are not listening to me. This is not like any field of battle you have ever fought in. Think carefully on your choice. If you choose to fight, if you choose war, it is a path few turn from once the first steps are taken. It carries with it a terrible price, and in the end you may find you have nothing left to sacrifice.
Well, I guess if we don't fight, then the thing we're sacrificing is the galaxy itself.
Your fool's words echo of a Jedi. You have much to learn, but we have spoken long enough, and my wound pains me. If you have other questions, find me in the crew quarters. There we will speak more.
Hey, don't stop your long, boring rants on my account. I was just getting sleepy-eyed.
Also in private, we will be mercifully free from the opinions of imbeciles and fools.
Look, not like I care or anything, but you might want to go check on our passenger, especially with that hand of hers.
Yeah, she probably needs help. Think you can handle things up here?
We're on autopilot until we hit Telos. Until then, a droid could fly this thing. Besides, I think our passenger could use your help.
Okay.
I think she was barely keeping it together. I'm surprised she's able to stand with all that pain rolling off of her.
Go on.
Are you blind? If I were her, I'd be screaming like a stuck Minoc. Well, I mean a very strong, manly Minoc. I think she's just too proud to show any weakness. Especially in front of you.
That's odd.
In case you hadn't noticed, she won't say 2 words to me, but she'll talk your ear off any chance she gets. What you think matters to her. A lot. She wants you to respect her. Besides, we haven't got much else to do until Telos.
When did you get so sensitive?
Oh, don't give me that. All it takes is being around people enough to read them. You should try it sometime.
Okay, I'll go check on her. Try not to throw away my T3 droid in the meantime. Oh, cool, light side points. And a bucket load of EXP. Six hours! And I finally get off Peragus. It's actually a laptop, so I'll switch to the app on your phone. Okay. What weapon, by the way? Q? Misha, what is up, Hilo? So Peragus, I guess, was meant to be our terrace. It felt like a mini terrace. It didn't feel like there was a lot to do there. It was a dungeon more than anything. There was a lot there, don't get me wrong. It just didn't feel like there was a lot to do there, like, you know, screwing around side quest wise. Really, really good start though. Oh my god, let me check my thing. How long do I... Okay, so another half hour. We're only halfway through this session. Yeah, just now, Misha. Didn't get a mace. Pre-corruption. Ooh, nice. That sounds fun. Standard for a first playthrough. Okay, good to know I'm on track. I don't know if this was meant to be a Terrace XP or if the game is just trying to do something else. I know going light side seems to be a fool's errand, and I am up to the task. But, neat in how they work now. Really? How do they work now? I'm gonna add a few minutes to the session because I'm rambling right now, don't get me wrong, but... yeah. Hope you're doing well, by the way, Misha. Nice to see you. So... yeah. We have T3, who gained a personality over the last... between the two games. Well, like, more of one, I guess. Kreia, who got luked. We have our not Han Solo, who is filling the role. We had an HK50, I want to say, try and, you know, set up the events of everything. We met our big bad. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack with this game so far. Security system, okay. Okay, she's there in the port dorm. Oh, there is an HK there. Goody. Because HKs have just been so good to us so far. This looks like the remains of an HK unit, but older and more corroded than the one you encountered on Peragus. Its power core still carries a charge, but a number of critical parts appear to be missing. Let's diagnose it. Looks as if this droid is missing 4 critical components. Droid processor, replacement droid chassis, control cluster it's supposed to be stored in the chassis, and its vocabulator. This looks like HK-47, I want to say. Okay. I just need the rest of its parts. HK-416. I want to leave the Ebon. I'm in space. I can't leave the Ebon Hawk. Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. 6 million forms of assassination. No, you were right the first time, Misha. T3. Do you know where that HK droid in the cargo bay came from? Influence failure. Oh. That didn't sound very convincing. You sure you didn't know? I had other questions. You look like you've suffered a lot of damage over the years. How much damage? So you lost a lot of programs in your behavior core, in addition to damage to your frame. Take care, Dracolax. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Well, I'm sure you'll gain that skill back. Glad to have you along. You look like you're in need of some routine maintenance. Good, just sit still, this won't take long. Whoops. Maybe the job is a little tougher than I thought. We'll try again later. Let's upgrade your memory core. This can't go wrong. Just take a look. Okay. Can I get a programming spike? Can we get any more? Okay, well, maybe later. Something else. Oh, cool. I can upgrade with you. Perfect. Ah, yeah, there we go. Devaronian blood poison is a gemstone that can release poison into a victim's bloodstream. Application of Devaronian particles on a blade's edge can cause great pain to the weapon's victim. Oh, good, because we're the good guys, and this is very important to serving justice in the galaxy. Yeah, this is great. Ban. Flippin' test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 spikes. Good. Gain some influence. It's also good. Ah, lab station. Oh, cool. I can make med packs if I need to. I kind of... That was something I was expecting from the first game, Nov. I'm actually really glad that it exists. I'm like, it adds a lot of depth and, you know, personality between a lot of the other characters. I like it so far. Also means I kind of have to watch when I'm being a smartass. Can't they open doors on a night now? Aw. Because they're allergic to being alive, I guess. Meanwhile, in storage, that was fruitful.
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
So, yeah, I kind of knew when you lost your hand. I felt that.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
Don't worry, you can feel the phantom pain whenever I, like, hit it on a table or something. If I felt the loss of your hand, what would have happened if you had died?
I do not know. I fear that the consequences would have been more extreme.
Like, would it have been lethal?
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
Alright, so what can we do? What can we do then? I don't want my actions to place you at risk.
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragus.
I never heard of a link like this before. Holocron's sword in the Jedi histories.
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems the Force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the Force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
Force chain special ability. Oh! Beautiful!
A powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
Okay, so now what do we do?
I do not know. The Sith struck more swiftly than I thought, and they will not stop until they have you in their grasp. If you fall, all the galaxy will echo it.
There's gotta be some place we can go.
It does not matter where we go. It is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. All paths will take us to the end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it. For now, we are bound for Telos, and that is enough.
Enough for what?
Before the war, Jedi who failed their training were sent to the fields of Telos to serve the galaxy, not as Jedi Knights, but as farmers and laborers. The destruction of Telos was complete. I doubt any Jedi remain. Yet there may be echoes of their passing. We shall see.
And if we find no trace of Jedi teachings on Telos to help us?
Then I am left with nothing more than we had already. My faith in you and your ability to meet what comes.
I got other questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
I need to know more about the Sith hunting us.
These Sith, they seek the death of all Jedi, as have all the Sith, since the Jedi Order was first split.
I'm somehow surprised when he gets punched in the face. I mean, maybe the guy doesn't have the omnipotence of looking through a door like we can? I don't know. First split.
Yes, the Jedi Civil War is not the first one of its kind. Thousands of years ago, the Jedi had another civil war that split the Order. It was a terrible thing. A faction among the Jedi abandoned the teachings of the Order, following their own path. They waged war on their fellow Jedi, a war that raged across the galaxy. But these fallen Jedi were cast out, defeated, and they retreated to worlds in the Outer Rim. Over time, they took on the mantle of the Lords of the Sith, but in their hearts they never forgot the Jedi. The hatred for the Jedi Order burns in their veins like fire and echoes in their teachings. Revan tasted it, as Malak did.
These Sith seem different, though.
In a manner of speaking, they are different from Malak in that they are concerned only with the destruction of the Jedi. For them, it is all that matters, all that ever mattered. It is a different war these Sith wage, a thing of silence and shadow. They strike from the darkness, hiding from the face of the galaxy until all Jedi are exterminated. After all the Jedi are gone, then the galaxy is theirs, no matter whether the Sith or the Republic rules. It is the dark side that shall reign, unchecked.
I've never seen Sith assassins like those on the Harbinger.
I believe them to be the result of special teachings. Their apparent weakness against you is evidence of this. Those Sith assassins can sense their prey through the Force. It is like a hunger. They feed and grow stronger when they are near Force sensitives. The stronger their prey is in the Force, the deadlier they become. As long as you were cut off from it, you were able to evade their sight. But after Paragus, I fear that you will be no longer shielded from their eyes, or the eyes of their masters. The stronger you grow, the more will come.
Got a lot more to ask you.
Ask.
When we were on Paragus, I could feel the Force again.
Indeed. And was it the same as before?
It was like a whisper, at the edge of hearing.
If my suspicions are correct, perhaps the damage the Jedi Council did was not as permanent as they thought. It is not an easy thing to cut one off from the Force.
The Jedi did this to me?
What did you believe? That you suddenly lost your connection with the Force without reason?
But to cut one off from the Force, it's like losing all your senses at once.
Indeed it is. It is much like losing one's ability to listen, or being put into a deep sleep, unable to awaken to the galaxy around you. Such a thing has been done before, when Jedi have pronounced sentence on their own, and exiled them as they did you.
Then there must be a way to reverse what they did.
It is possible that such a thing can be undone. Still, even so, the chances of the Jedi undoing such a thing for a traitor is a slim thing at best, assuming they yet live.
But you said it's possible. How?
Our link may have had other consequences. Perhaps you can hear the Force again, distantly, through me. If so, then there is hope. I may be able to teach you, train you to feel the Force again, and if you will not allow me to help you, then other Jedi must train you, or undo the damage they have done.
I'm just gonna honor whatever training you feel you deign to give to me.
Do not honor me, fallen Jedi. Honor it by listening and learning. Do that, and perhaps we shall survive this thing, you and I. I offer to train you to become strong again, to know the ways of the Force, and to hear the Force sing within you as it once did.
I'm just gonna, whatever aid you want to give, I'm gonna welcome it with open arms.
Then our training shall begin. Whenever I travel with you, I shall impart what I can to you, through my words and presence.
Cool. Can I ask you something else?
Ah.
Tell me what's happened since the Mandalorian Wars.
Much has happened in the galaxy in your absence, and since the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor 5. It is a tale you already know well. Almost a decade ago, the Mandalorians began preying on the Republic, bringing the fires of war to many planets along the Outer Rim. Their predations continued, winning victory after victory, until the Republic finally begged the Jedi Council for aid.
But only some answered the call, like I did.
Indeed, the Jedi Council counseled caution and patience to assess the Mandalorian threat as the Outer Rim burned.
And Revan and Malak refused to wait.
Two Jedi Knights, Revan and Malak, defied the Jedi Council. They challenged the Mandalorian fierceness and brutality on the battlefield with a viciousness of their own. Revan's entrance into the conflict marked the true beginning and end of the war. It was Revan who drove the Mandalorians back into the unknown regions.
Until we destroyed them at Malachor 5.
Yes, I have heard tales of Malachor 5 and Revan's part in it. I know you served there in that final battle. It must have been a terrible thing.
Many Jedi died at Malachor 5. The conflict split the Jedi Order.
You speak the truth. The war's end was merely another beginning, and what seemed a victory for the Republic was far from it. Many believed the Mandalorians defeated at Malachor 5, but the Mandalorians taught the Jedi much through battle, and so it was that Malak, Revan, and the Jedi that followed them discovered their true natures in the Mandalorian Crusade. But you know this.
I felt them fall. The war consumed them.
Consumed them? No. Taught them. Defined them? Yes. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
So what happened after that?
Revan and Malak, and all the Jedi that served them, turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed still.
And how were they defeated?
As all Sith do without a strong enemy, the Sith turned on each other. Revan escaped the Jedi and returned to finish Malak, and that was the end of the Jedi Civil War.
What happened to Revan?
No one knows, certainly not I. After defeating Malak, Revan left the Republic, and there are none who know where she has gone. It is said that the Sith remnants turned on themselves after Revan defeated Malak, reducing Korriban to ruin as the Republic still bleeds and struggles for life. Where Revan wanders now, I do not know.
So Revan saved the Republic.
It would seem that way from a certain point of view, perhaps. The Jedi Civil War left wounds that have yet to heal. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive.
I guess we just do what we can until it has a chance to recover from the war, I guess.
A culture's teachings, and most importantly the nature of its people, achieve definition in conflict. They find themselves or find themselves lacking. Too long did the Republic remain unchallenged. It is a stagnant beast that labors for breath and has for centuries. The Jedi Order was the heart that sustained its sickness. Now the Jedi are lost. We shall see how long the Republic can survive.
Can anything be done?
We shall see. The Jedi Civil War cost the Republic much. The resources of the Sith seemed limitless. The Republic's was not. Fleets of warships, soldiers, and people were lost. Entire planets were decimated. Their inhabitants dead or refugees. It is a great burden for any civilization to bear. And this new threat, it is a quiet thing. Unlike the Jedi Civil War, it drives at something deeper than the strength of the Republic. It is aimed at you.
Because I'm the last Jedi.
The Republic was never what was important, ever. It was but a shell that surrounds the Jedi, just as the teachings of the Jedi are a shell surrounding the heart of man. You see, the war, the true war, has never been one waged by droids or warships or soldiers. They are but crude matter, obstacles against which we test ourselves. The true war is waged in the hearts of all living things, against our own natures, light or dark. That is what shapes and binds this galaxy, not these creations of man. You are the battleground, and if you fall, the death of the Republic will be such a quiet thing, a whisper, that shall herald the darkness to come.
This is a lot to take in at once. I need a minute.
I would see to that fool in the cockpit, and remind him of our destination. I would not want him attempting to veer from Telos.
And isn't so bad, just... well, maybe he is.
He is a fool and an imbecile. His potential lies downwards, not up. Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first, and his allies next.
Cool, influence gained. And light side points. I also gained influence with T3, so that was cool. Is it, like, hard for the sake of, or one of those things that's probably not best done solo? Very slow and not enough fun. Okay. Feels like something probably best done with, like, multiple people, I guess. Okay. So, the Jedi Civil War was actually KOTOR 1, not events that happened afterwards. And apparently did a lot more damage than the good ending of KOTOR would have us believe. Also, no idea where the hell Revan went. Also, Revan is apparently female. Who knew?
How's our passenger? She's still aging?
How's your tongue still? She seems fine, she just needs some rest.
Well, she sure could use it. It might do wonders for her mood, too. She's lucky she's a Jedi, or someone would have killed her years ago. I mean, how old do you think she is? She may have been good-looking once, but it takes some hard living to make creases like that.
Hard living.
Yeah. Her face looks like it was plowed by crazed Ord Mantell farmers. Don't tell me you were too distracted by her personality to notice.
Never mind. Can I ask you some stuff?
Oh, no. Look, I respect your privacy. I mean, when have I ever asked you any questions? I mean, besides that one.
So what did you read about the galaxy map being not much use?
Well, the astrogation system is voice-printed and locked down, but that T3 unit is doubling as the astrogation system. You can try to plot a course, but without that T3 unit to perform the calculations, you'd probably plow us into a star. As long as he doesn't steal the ship, we should be all right.
Who voice printed the astrogation system?
I have no idea. Previous owner, maybe? Love to get it overhauled, but that's a major job. Besides, the droid will be good enough for now.
Why would someone lock the astrogation system?
Takes all kinds. Maybe someone didn't want anybody taking the ship out of the system, or knowing where the ship had been. Smugglers do it all the time in case the Republic decides to board them. Or so I hear. I have no idea.
Do you know anything about that assassin droid?
No, not much. Except sounds like it was after you. As far as I'm concerned, you handled that pretty well. No more droid, no more problem.
Who would build an assassin droid to come after me?
Beats me. Sounds like you're pretty popular. If it was built to hunt you down, that is. Could have been around before you even appeared on the scene.
God, since when did protocol droids collect bounties?
Yeah, well, you got me there. Look, droids, I don't trust them. That one we fought, some of them are built like that. Others just, well, break. In the head. Sometimes conflicting orders cause it. Give a droid too much data or tell it to do something it can't do, it'll crack their behavior module in half. Others just don't get memory wipes and they start going crazy. Speaking of which, I think that little trash compactor's long overdue. Trust me, droids were made to break. And most of all, they're predictable and stupid.
Let's just focus on getting the TLS for the time being.
So, what happened?
To what?
Don't give me that. There were plenty of times back on Peragus where a lightsaber would have been helpful. So where's yours?
XLs aren't allowed to keep their lightsabers.
Oh yeah? I thought a Jedi was supposed to be married to their lightsaber. Guess I heard wrong. Were you a single hilt or one of those double-bladed Jedi?
Single hilt.
Figures. It wasn't red, was it?
I guess both the blade and the crystal were unique.
Yeah? Unique how?
You know what? Let's be super unique. It was silver, like the streams in the room of 1,000 fountains on Coruscant.
Must have been something. Sure be nice to have it now. Might make those Sith think twice before coming after us.
What's up with Master Mode Q? Doesn't matter. It's taken to me long ago.
Alright, forget I said anything. Like I said before, you can check our course on the galaxy map if you want. It's on the wall behind you.
Literally just bragging rights about. Okay, so something we could probably do like once to say we did, but like for casual vanilla play, probably just expert would be fine then. Hey, buddy. T3, what's wrong with the astrogation system? Don't do me. Okay, I know it's damaged. Did you try a diagnostic? I know you can do the calculations, but what if we get separated? No, I'm not planning to... I'm not planning to leave you behind, but, you know, happens. Forget it. I had some other questions. Can you please stop moving around the ship? It's kind of hard to find you. Oh, cool. Light side and influence. Cool. Alright. PD Master, not being a class place and just using everything. Yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah, it's something I might want to try once, but like, Expert, I like Expert for all the quality of life stuff, all the unique stuff. Like, the extra accessory slot in the boss drops and all that. Masters doesn't sound like it offers enough to bring me to the table. Also, that looks like a good spot for the session, I think. Let me check my, like, next time we're actually gonna, like... Yeah. Next time it looks like we are, in fact, going to... hit a planet. Telos, looks like. So...